Hello and welcome, BBR fans. Today we have week 9. Let's go. I'm gonna keep this pretty brief. Terrapagos, pretty bulky, right? This is the most standard Terrapagos set of all time, but it just works here. You know, you do kind of need Calm Mind to break through especially defensive Petulant if I want to guarantee a spin, which I do kind of want to make sure I can get a spin off if he does decide to bring webs. So yeah, pretty much the most standard Terrap set of all time. Landers D, Choice Scarf. I mean, Earthquake U-Turn is all you really need. And then Crunch, Hammer Arm are just buttons that I'm not going to click no matter what. But, like, they're better to have than not have, you know? Hammer Arm is a little bit stronger into the Roaring Moon and the Porygon 2. Whereas Crunch, you know, it can serve as mid-ground between Cresselia and Petulant, which obviously Earthquake cannot hit Cresselia. And U-Turn doesn't do big damage to Petulant, so some situations where I might want to click those buttons, but most of the time it's just going to be Earthquake and U-Turn. You can see the ground resists are not really too stellar, so a late game Lando Sweep does look pretty inevitable. Now we have Keldeo, just Choice Specs Terra Water. The reason for this is because it does the most damage to specially defensive Cress, which can actually take 2 from full. However, after rocks it becomes a roll in my favor, and then, you know, just a little bit of chip, maybe a flip turn here and there, and all of a sudden I can start claiming with Surf. The water resist, it's really just Cresselia, right? Manaphy, if it's offensive, does die to 2 after rocks. Roaring Moon's taking like 40%, and, you know, obviously can't switch in on Secret Sword either of those two. So this set is quite powerful into him. Then we have Rocky Helmet Clef. This is fully Fizz Def. This is here mostly to slow down the Roaring Moon and the Gyapdos. Those two are pretty threatening to the rest of my team, so having a Rocky Helmet Clefable to at worst trade through recoil versus Zapdos, pretty useful. And then obviously this is my rocker, so getting rocks up is really nice here, considering there is no removal. Alright, then T-Wave, obviously. Of course, gotta have T-Wave here. Scizor is going to be Choice Banded. This is my main punish of like the Cresselia or the P2 wanting to come in. Those two are like pretty bulky, hard to take out for a lot of my team, so having Scizor able to pivot in quite safely on either of them, fire off a banded U-turn or a banded knockoff, either one, really great progress for me. And then, yeah. So Hydreigon is going to be Assault Vest. This is here mostly to handle the Chi-Yu as best as possible. I say best as possible, we're still offensive. You know, I'm not like Spadef AV or anything, but it is able to take any 2 hits outside of like Terra Blast Fairy, which obviously I can't really cover anyways as a Hydreigon, so just a max special attack. As you can see, like the Drake resist is only Tinkaton, and I have Earth Power, and also Tinkaton was not really too common of a bring in mocks, so I wasn't really too worried about it going into the game. So Hydreigon there does have Earth Power for it, but yeah, mostly I just want to be spamming my stabs and getting U-turns into my Specs Keldeo. So that's the game plan. Anything else I wanted to say here? The most common Chi-Yu Terra type was probably Ghost in my mocks. Didn't do a whole lot of mocks, but Ghost is pretty reasonable to 1v1 Terrapagos, a little bit easier. You also could potentially be Terra Fire, right? The fire resists are kind of lacking a little bit here, so I could understand one of those types of Terras. As well, like Terra Flying, you know, I have no resist, so you could as well, may as well just be that, right? If I see Terra Flying, it's probably going to be on a choice set, and you just want to have a button to click that has no resist. Fair enough. Anything else, really? Not a whole lot. I don't think so. So, pretty short team builder. Let's get right into the video. And we're back with the game. Oh my god. There's a Tinkaton on my screen, which was not expected. I thought the Cresselia would come for sure, because that's his main water resist. But anyways, Tinkaton. The other 5 I expected. So TLDR, we're trying to get 1 kill with Keldeo this week. If I can do that, I'm happy. And he didn't bring his 1 Mon that takes on like Specs Keldeo, so I might just go ahead and lead it. No real downside really. The stuff that scares me out I have good switch-ins to, so we're just gonna lead Keldeo here. Hopefully we can get our first KO just immediately off rip. Boom. Alright, good luck to Amel, but not too much good luck. I want to get my 1 Keldeo kill, then you can hax me all you want. Alright. Here we go. And I am recording, right? I am recording. Swag. Chi-Yu leads off. This is good for me. This is Terra Flying. both his Pokemon are Terra Flying. So, Chi-Yu, Flying type, versus my Keldeo. If he's just offensive, Surf does 99.6 min, and he would have to be Specs to KO me. Specs modest even. So, you know what button we're clicking. Terrastalize, Surf. He doesn't have a resist to this outside of Roaring Moon. Is that him tearing, or me? I think that's him, right? That's him, so he is Scarf. That's confirmed, because he terrored before me. So as long as I don't get Dark Pulse flinched, I should be picking up a KO here, and I should be living any hit. I'm pretty sure. Because we resist fire. And you wouldn't Dark Pulse here. The Terra Blast Flying is Scarf. It's gonna do a lot. But we live, and Surf, if he's offensive, will just KO this. Come on, come on, come on, come on. No! Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, so he's locked into Flying move. We can go Hydreigon. This will take 2 hits, no matter what. Ah, that's annoying. Because if he's just speed creeping my Hydreigon, as he should be, that's like 98 minimum. But regardless, this is fine. We get a U-turn here. That does so much. We're Assault Vest, man. Terra Blast. I should have calculated this before going into it, but... So he can't kill me right here. It's impossible. We just get a free U-turn. He withdraws. Chi-Yu is at like 1% HP. And Porygon 2 comes in. This cannot Terra. So U-turn is doing about 10. Alright. Porygon 2. That means he is specially defensive. There's no way Keldeo kills from here, right? Secret Sword does 80%. So what I can do is I can just go Scizor and U-turn. That's a pretty comfortable play. I could also knock off, right? If I go Scizor and U-turn as he stays in, then that's a little bit annoying. He can go Tinkaton on my Scizor. He can also go Pecharunt. If I go into... Yeah, we're just gonna go Scizor. I'll take any hit from this thing. No problem. So I do have a quote-unquote free knockoff, but I think I'm just going to U-turn. This should do good chip to him if he decides to stay in, and if he switches, I'll get momentum. So all in all, seems fine with me. He's not really incentivized to stay in here at all, so I think U-turn is pretty safe. He does stay in, which gets good chip. I'm probably just going to get my rocks up here with my Clefable. Right? That seems fair. Or do I go Hydreigon? No, I go Clef and get my rocks up, I think. We're max defense. Goes for T-Wave, that's fine by me. I expected my Clef to get parried this game. Now we will be setting up these rocks, which will KO the Chi-Yu. He has no removal. If he wants Chi-Yu to get anything else done, he needs to hard swap it in right now this turn. So I could Moonblast, expecting that, but I'm just gonna get rocks, man. Withdraws, so P2 is low. That's important. And Chi-Yu does come in before rocks. Okay, fair enough. That really sucks. Okay, so he is Modest Chiyu. Modest Scarf versus my Clefable. So Overheat probably will kill me. Overheat's a roll. I have to sack a Pokemon here, I think. Is it gonna be my Clef? I really want rocks, man. Ah, that's so annoying. Do I sack Hydreigon? I think I am just gonna go Hydreigon. Yeah, man, this sucks. If he locks Overheat, I will get a Surf follow-up next turn. Potentially. Because he'll have to be -4 to KO me, and he just Terra Blasts, of course. That's gonna 2-hit KO me. Nothing I can do there. Just U-turn in case he switches for no reason. Yeah, he doesn't. My Hydreigon goes down. Really wish I got Rocks up, but we can't all have what we want. No, I could go for a Vacuum Wave KO, but if he goes Petront, that's pretty bad for me. So what I think I will do... I mean, what's my other play, right? What's my other play? Bullet Punch? Either way, there's like good switch-ins to my priority. So what would I rather come in? I think... this is really tough, actually, this situation. I don't want to burn my shell just yet, because I might need that for Manaphy. Man, I really wanted those rocks up. We're gonna go Scizor and Bullet Punch, I think. I don't like this. Could I U-turn? Because this is valuable to him, he has switch-ins. But HP on this is really important too, man. Flying Blast. It won't KO my Scizor, but it's gonna do so much damage, dude. This freaking sucks. I will just U-turn, I think. He has way too good Bullet Punch switch-ins to sack this. This is an important Pokemon for him. Yeah. Okay, got it. Porygon 2, sweet. This is a Surf timing. Finally, we get off our Surf, our big Surf. What this will mean is that Chiyu could come in and revenge kill me, but all I want is one Keldeo KO, so that's a success for me. He shouldn't want to save this. Saving this is literally wrong. Do I Secret Sword expecting him to switch? Because if he switches, it's probably going to be to Roaring Moon or Manaphy. I'm just surfing. Surfing is so safe. We got our Keldeo kill. Let's go. Yippee. And we achieved 20 kills in the season with Keldeo. That's all I wanted out of this. He can win the rest of this game if he wants. I'm a happy guy. Shout out to Keldeo. But we're still going to try our best, of course. The game's not over. Porygon 2. Dead. Killed by Keldeo. Swag. Chiyu should come in here and claim its KO. But he actually doesn't know that I'm Specs yet, or he does actually from turn 1. This damage roll was so unfortunate. So, a Terra Blast Flying is going to come out. My question is, do I want to go Scizor? And take that and Bullet Punch it back. That is something that I could do. Is it something that I want to do? Maybe not. Right? This thing's so threatening. All because I didn't get rocks and I got the low roll on him turn 1. Although maybe he EV'd for that. Hard to say, but I doubt it. I don't think you fire move here. Fire move is like probably for sure wrong. So I'm gonna go Scizor, take the Terra Blast, and Bullet Punch. Right? I can do that. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. This is the only way to get out of this without sacking something. And I think my Scizor HP, while it is valuable, it was mainly to come in on P2 multiple times, and that's already dead. So I'm okay taking this Terra Blast. It's gonna do a lot, right? But now I do get a pretty safe Bullet Punch. I'm Choice Banded, so anything that switches in is gonna take a reasonable amount of chip. I did U-turn last time, so you might expect something different and stay in. Who's to say? Tinkaton comes in, it might just get Raw 2 it KO'd. Petulant and Manaphy are the only viable switch-ins, and I'm pretty sure he's aware if Petulant comes in on a U-turn, Specs Keldeo is coming right back in for another. He does switch, okay. So we get some chip on something. What is it going to be? It's going to be Petulant. Let's see how much this does. It'll tell us his EVs. That does a lot. That is not physically defensive for sure, but I'll double check. That's not even max HP. Hold up. That's offensive Petulant. Hold the telephone. I really want this Bullet Punch alive for the Roaring Moon. That's the main thing I want it for, as well as I guess the Chi-Yu, right? Revenging that thing best as possible. So Petulant in. I can go Landorus. He doesn't have a ground resist outside of Chi-Yu, but he does have that Chi-Yu still, man. I think between Lando T, Clefable, and my Terra Shell and Vacuum Wave, I'll be okay versus Moon. So I'm just gonna Bullet Punch for chip. I don't expect this to be carrying Recover if it is offensive like that, and if he does reveal Recover, I can switch next turn. It's no big deal. I'm just gonna Bullet Punch. It's a 3-hit KO. If he doesn't kill me, then I'll kill him. He does Shadow Ball. Probably gonna knock me out. Yep. So Scizor goes down, but Petulant is very low. And this is pretty good for me. I could go Lando. There's no ground resist outside of Chi-Yu, but again, I can't let Chi-Yu in for free. So I'm probably just gonna go and farm another Keldeo Surf KO. Right? Manaphy can come in, which would kind of suck. But I don't see another great alternative, right? The other option would be Lando and just Crunch, maybe, but that lets Moon set up for free. I guess Surf also does that, but I have full HP Clefable. And Lando, I should be okay. I'm gonna go Keldeo and Surf. Maybe this is Scarf Petulant. If it is Scarf, he got me here. But, I'm just gonna Surf. Does Shadow Ball even kill me? Probably not, right? He swaps into what? Roaring Moon. This is gonna take a big amount of chip. I'm okay with this. It is Booster. Booster what? Booster attack. Okay. Surf is gonna do probably 40% to this thing, about. Wow. Head calc's on point. Now, I definitely just want to go Clef here. Right. This is the only thing Clef is here for, so I may as well just go to it. If DD, worst case, I'll have to Vacuum Wave it. Like DD into Iron Head Flinch kind of thing. But I'll get Helmet Chip on it as well. Oh, he doubles. Into what? Into Zapdos. Hold on, I put his team down wrong. I don't have a Zapdos on my thing. Is it Zapdos over Manaphy? I've been playing this whole game assuming there's no Zapdos. How do I check that? It's plus? Yeah, no Manaphy actually. So I've just been playing the whole game with Manaphy on my screen. Well, this double worked out, right? We can just get rocks up here. Try it again. Please rocks up. Please. Oh, he's taunt. Frick me, dude. No rocks for me. That's so sad. He's probably switching here, if I had to guess. Staying in makes no sense. You don't want to take a Moonblast when you have Tinkaton and Pecharunt, right? Worst case is like a U-turn this turn. Does he Brave Bird? He could Brave Bird. And just get Chip for his Roaring Moon. I do kind of have to cover that. Otherwise, I'm thinking I could double Keldeo here on the Pecharunt. But I think I have to just be honest and Moonblast here. Yeah, exactly. But I'm Max Defense Helmet. That is so much. Crit? Or Life Orb, maybe. Yeah, Life Orb. Okay. Bro. That's so annoying. Well, this thing has to die now. There's nothing else I can do about it. Yeah. Oh well. Now Roaring Moon's a threat. Right. Now it is. That's actually so unfortunate. Will he die to recoil though? That's the question. Did not die to recoil. Could be Adrenaline Orb, so... Or no, it's Life Orb. So I could have a free U-turn with my Landorus. U-turn into Keldeo without the lock. And then I get to click whatever I want into whatever comes in after. That seems like a good play to me. So I'm going to go Lando. And just KO this with a U-turn. I'm pretty sure it's in range. What is that? Like 5%? We'll double check. It is a 4x resist, but I'm adamant, you know? Surely this kills. Yeah, U-turn does 7.2 to 8.4. So we're just gonna U-turn. This should knock it out. It does, and we get our Keldeo in without having to lock anything, so we have the Vacuum Wave available for the Chi-Yu if it wants to come in, and we can Surf or Flip Turn, whatever is appropriate versus everything else. So let's go Keldeo. We do still have our Shell in the back, which is important. And so that's dead. Roaring Moon's at like 60. Pecharunt's at like 30%. And Tinkaton's at full. So our Terapagos is pretty close to winning, but Tinkaton is going to stand in its way. We do have Earth Power, but there's only so much that can do. If he goes Tinkaton here, I might go ahead and just get my chip with Surf. Or Secret Sword if that does more. Chi-Yu does come in. I'm anticipating him trying to pull the Vacuum Wave and try to get his Pecharunt in. Is that something that I'm willing to predict though? Because if that goes wrong, I'm just cooked, right? Yeah, that can for sure just go wrong if I get that wrong. So I might have to Vacuum Wave out of respect. He's probably going to go Petch here, if I had to guess. But he might also just be trying to force me to lock into Vacuum Wave and then he gets like a Nasty Plot or something. I'm going to Vacuum Wave. He probably switches. Oh, he doesn't. Sweet. Good thing I did not Surf there. That would have been horrible. So Chi-Yu goes down. So that's 2 KOs for Keldeo. And something else has to come in here. Probably Pecharunt or Tinkaton. You can't really go Moon as I'm locked into Vacuum Wave. If Pecharunt, I just go Lando. And if Tinkaton, that's a little bit more tricky, right? Because it could have Ice Hammer. It does go Pecharunt, so that makes it easy for me. I just go to my Lando here. This could be Adrenaline Orb, a Nasty Plot, and that would suck. But I can't play around that at this point. I just have to go Lando. He has no more ground resist at this point, so Earthquake should be free value, unless it's Air Balloon Tinkaton, which is unrevealed at this point. Go into our Lando. We do see the Adrenaline Orb, yeah. Makes sense because this was offensive, right? Goes for Malignant Chain. Hopefully no poison, but if it does, not the end of the world. Okay. Might be the end of the world. We'll see. Depends on if we get fully confused or not. I'm not in range of Shadow Ball. He has no ground resist. It's very much just a straightforward Earthquake here. So I'm just going to click it and not get confused. That's my game plan here. A critical hit, which sucks, and drop. Okay, everything going wrong, but this is the one that matters. Confusion. Alright, well, that's about as bad as it can get, right? A little bit of comedy, perchance. So that weaking sucks. No way to sugarcoat that. We just have to go Terapagos here. There's no other play available. That's ridiculous, man. I mean, such as Petra, right? It can always do that sort of like BS. It's like Sneasler in that way. Can't really do anything about it, unfortunately. At least we're locked for playoffs, right? So this doesn't actually matter. This is just an Earth Power. And, ooh, Destiny Bond. That's actually so clutch for him. Nice. I mean, he only got here because of the confuse into full, confuse into crit, you know? Like, so, it's cool and all, but like, I don't, doesn't feel great. So here I think my play is to hope that Roaring Moon is somehow slower than my Keldeo and just Secret Sword sweeps, because the Tinkaton isn't T-Wave and can't kill me. That's my win condition here. But Roaring Moon comes right out, which means he's probably pretty confident in being faster than me. So I might just take the diff and Vacuum Wave. Roaring Moon. Vacuum Wave is not even a guaranteed KO on this thing. But it looks like it's in a roll in my favor. Maybe the Tinkaton is just mono Gigaton and can't actually hurt my Keldeo that bad, and maybe Vacuum Wave 1v1s it in the long term. We'll go for it, right? Does KO. So another KO for Keldeo. Now it's all up to the Tinkaton. Can it 1v1 my Vacuum Wave locked Keldeo? Odds are, yes it can, right? Vacuum Wave is a 4-hit KO, even if it's just max HP. And Gigaton will 2-hit KO me, so I need like 2 crits or something. Oh, that does a lot more, actually. A lot more than I thought, so he's offensive. I live. If he has no other attacking moves, we can win the game here with a 3-hit KO. It's Protect. Okay, of course it is. I mean, do I feel bad about losing this one? No, I got like super haxed, like to be honest. The Clefable double paras means I don't get rocks and I have to sack to the Zapdos, which means I lose a sack into everything else. It's like so annoying, but what can you do about it? We still got our 3 Keldeo KOs. I did say at the beginning, you're allowed to hax me as long as Keldeo gets one, so I guess I did do this to myself in a sense. I really think Lando had that one packed up if I didn't get, you know, crit confused, you know, but such as Mons, right? Maybe it's a good argument to say that I shouldn't have swapped hard into it, but I think that's just a silly thing to do. It's like hindsight analysis, which is not the greatest, of course. So unlucky, we lost, but at least we got the Keldeo KOs. GG to Amel. And yeah, nothing else to really say. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.